Ahoy there, chummers, and welcome to the Sixth World, the show where we sit around and talk about the chip truth that is at the core of this game of Shadowrun. Now, today's episode, again, it's one of those random thoughts that I had. That I was like, yeah, this could potentially make a good video. We'll throw it up there, let the internet decide whether it is good or not, and we'll see if we can start a discussion there. And that topic is the Street Samurai, probably the most iconic character archetype in Shadowrun. We all know what a street samurai is. You know, anybody who has been exposed to Shadowrun for any length of time, or has played the game, or has even just read one of the rule books, knows what a street samurai is. He's this warrior that's on the streets. He's chromed out to the max. He's got that katana with him that's so cool that everybody seems to have. But whatever he looks like, whoever he is, male or female, doesn't matter. He is this warrior of the streets, this chromed out, blinged out guy. I couldn't think of a good word there to describe it. I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit, but he's the guy that is the epitome of Shadowrun, and the epitome of what it means to be cyberpunk in the Shadowrun world. I think is the best way that I can put it here. Now, let me actually, before I fall all over myself again, let me just cut to the quick and just tell you what the question is that I have. We all know what a street samurai is, but the question is, what makes a street samurai? Because for me, what makes a street samurai isn't necessarily the chrome. We all have the street samurai that gets down to like 0.0001 essence or something, like just on the cusp of becoming a cyber zombie that it loses all of his humanity. He's mostly metal. He sets off every metal detector in the airport when he dares to walk into it. None of his cyberware is legal, of course. Some of it may be high end, some of it may be low end, but none of it is legal, and the man just does not give two shits either way. But for me, a street samurai has been more than that. It's been somebody who has a code that they live by, and well, let's take a look at what the second edition rule book says about the street samurai archetype in its commentary section. I forget which page this is on, but this is the color illustration for the street samurai. The commentary says, the street samurai can be male or female, but sex has nothing to do with how tough a street samurai is. Born to the Metroplex, he's as tough as its alloy steel bones and as dangerous as ground glass. His augmentations are more than just tools to him. They are his style, his badge of commitment to the high-tech life of the city. He's chromed and proud of it. Bodyguard or strong-arm man, hired muscle or street soldier, he is a lion of the Plex, a hunter in the shadows. So that seems to imply, to me at least, that there's more to the street samurai than just the chrome. They've got a lot of it, sure, but there's something else there. And the way I've interpreted it over the years, in many ways, is I think I've almost romanticized what a street samurai is, because my feeling on a street samurai has always been there's somebody who lives by a particular code. Now, I don't mean like necessarily a code of ethics or a code of morals, because let's face it, at its core, a street samurai is a shadowrunner, and shadowrunners are all about performing tasks that are probably less than morally right for people who do not have the best agendas for monetary gain. So I don't necessarily mean that they have like I don't mean they're the good guys, but I think they have a certain code that they live by, whether it's to be the best that they can be and, get the latest chrome and that sort of thing, or whether maybe it is they do try to live as moral a life as possible. Maybe the street samurai, and I've used them as this before. Maybe the street samurai is the defender of the weak in the mean streets of Seattle. Maybe he's looking out for those who can't. He's been where they are. But now he's got the resources and he's got the chrome to make the difference in other people's lives, and maybe he helps out where he's able to, because he never got that help and he doesn't want other people to go through what he's gone through. That sort of thing. Or maybe he's a mercenary at heart. Maybe he's not a particularly good person, but he does have he has a code of combat. He has rules that he follows in combat. Maybe he follows the old samurai code of Bushido, or the nearest interpretation that is possible in a modern Shadowrun world. And this is an interpretation that I've seen crop up a couple of times in the official lore behind Street Samurais in some source books. There's several times, particularly in 3rd edition, I think, when everybody kind of had that kind of romanticized view of that sort of thing. Maybe not in the early 90s. I don't know. I might just be bull drecking here, but I think particularly in 3rd edition is where you see a lot of that, where you have a street samurai as a person who may try to live up to the Japanese code of Bushido while making a life for themselves on the streets and being chromed all to hell. So, maybe that has affected my outlook on the street samurai. But I've always loved the street samurai, not just because it's one of the simplest classes to. Well, I say classes, there's not really classes, but not just because it's one of the simplest archetypes to try and build, or potentially one of the simplest archetypes to try and build. It's also potentially one of the most difficult to try and build and do it well. That's I think a topic for another video. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Oh, so okay. I'm rather than try and ramble on and get it back, I am just going to throw the question out to you. What is your view on what makes a street samurai a street samurai? Is it purely the chrome? Or do you call anybody who has a ton of chrome and not a whole lot of essence to spare a street samurai? Or does a street samurai live by a particular code? Or does it just really not matter and it doesn't really enter into your thinking all that much? A job's a job, a run's a run, and at the end of the day, if you've got enough chrome to make the difference, then by God, that's what you're going to do. Let me know in the comments section below. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and leave this video right here, and I will see you all next time. And that's the chip truth, chummers. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more Shadowrun content. Hit that notification bell so you will always know when I upload a brand new Shadowrun video, and until next time, remember to shoot straight and never, ever deal with a dragon.